Everybody. It's once again Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm Peter Vexelman. Julie Muse, my partner, is on the other end.
Hey everyone, so excited to be here today.
We are still quarantined. I can't say I'm complaining too much. I'm quarantined at our lake house. I don't know if you could see behind me. Amazing, amazing place to be in. About 250 miles of shoreline. Julie, where are you at today? You're in your place, right?
Yeah, I'm in my home office in Dahlonega, Georgia, where is actually where I live right now. Man, crazy thing today. So for those of you that don't know, I'm building a cabin in the mountains of Suches. It's actually my family's land. Long story short, my granny ended up losing part of this property. I ended up buying some of it back, and I'm building a vacation cabin there for my family. I may even rent it out sometimes. But the big news is the logs are up on the side, and all of the roofing material got delivered today. So here in a couple weeks, the roof will be on, and I'll be this close to having it done.
That is awesome. It's amazing the topics we have when we're quarantined, right? My topic for today is my hair. I'm like looking at my hair. My God, it's all a mess. Like, usually we're getting them from the office, looking a little bit shinier. I'm just like, I've been outside for so long today, doing my calls out there and doing some stuff in the yard. And man, these are the topics that we talked about before.
I know, you're right. It is crazy though. I'm like wondering when everything opens back up, like, I don't know how these hairstylists are going to be able to keep up with everything.
Crazy.
I know I need some help.
Well, I tell you, I think it's a lot easier for women because, women look 10 times better than men with like longer hair.
Yeah.
A lot of women do. And, some guys like the hair long, but I was literally thinking about that. Like I was literally about ready. A couple hours ago, I was about ready to text my hair guy. I was like, Mario, dude, I'll meet you anywhere. Like we could meet at a neutral place. You can come here. I can come to your house. I just need a haircut here coming up. It's like, it's weird. Isn't it like things that come up that we don't even think about, right? Like haircuts. Who in 50 years, I don't think I ever thought about like a haircut, or like the strategy behind a haircut.
No. So is Mario going to meet you?
Well, I haven't texted him yet. Cause like, Well, it's funny because the other thing I read, I read today that for a lot of men right now, the new thing is beards, which I'm definitely not going to do. Beards and long hair. So I'm thinking, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll grow it out a little bit longer. Definitely not like down to here, but maybe just a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's something. I've never seen you with long hair.
I know. I don't think too many people have either. So, we're going to get started here in a couple minutes. It's right about 7 o'clock. We got a lot of people calling in from. Where are they calling in from, Julie? I know you usually have a better accent.
Go ahead and put it in the chat. But we've got Russell from Buffalo, New York. Shane from Cumming, Georgia. Hey, Robert. Brad, he's from Marietta, Georgia. Let's see here. Valerie, Denver, Colorado. Craig's from Ohio. Janet's from Alabama. Lucretia's from Smyrna, Georgia. Kathy, Los Angeles. We got Kenny from Tennessee. Harry from New York. Thank you guys for being on. Thank you for letting us know where we are. It makes us not seem like it's just me and Peter talking back and forth over this crazy computer thing.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. That's awesome. But what I really find so awesome is that, what? We're obviously in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
I was like, pandemic. What the heck is a pandemic?
I don't know.
What's going around? If you did turn the TV on, it's over. It's the end of the world, but so exciting that people are still like, I think there's two types of people that are listening to web-based stuff. A big portion, I think, people are just listening to mindless stuff, because they're just trying to pass time. They're listening to like funny podcasts. They're listening things that really just, again, literally just to pass time. But there's still that portion of people like us and the people that are dialing in. They're like full blown, out to the wall, let's get this thing going. whatever I'm involved with, I'm not slowing down. I'm not stopping. I'm not letting media stop me. I'm not letting the pandemic stop me. I'm going to do this thing. And, and it's exciting to see people here today, because I could tell you the people that are dialing in today, they're out there. They want to make things happen. Some of them are already making things happen. A lot of them want to make things happen. And I'm just so proud to be in that kind of crowd, to be around those people that are not taking this stuff lying down. So that is really, really cool. So we'll get started here in a minute or so. Again, so glad you guys are, this is like, isn't it funny, Julie? This has become like more and more of a family thing, right? With us being so isolated and cooped up, it's so cool to have a bunch of people together in one place, right? It's like before, we're always connected with people, talking to people. Now it's like sometimes this is the only time we have to interact with the outside world, It's just
you're exactly right. And a lot of these people are the same ones, it's a lot of the same people over and over again. So I'm like, hey, Brad, hey, Craig, hey, I'm not trying to miss a lot of you. Annette, I mean, there's just tons of you on here that we know. I mean, it's like, yeah, I get to talk to them again. But I think you're right. I mean, it's another way to, interact with people. But, I start seeing these things on Facebook. What's the next best Netflix show? Or I've already watched all of Netflix. And I'm thinking to myself, man, what a waste of time. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I love watching a movie and a show too, in the late evening. But my goodness, if you're spending all your time watching TV, what a waste. I mean, even if you want to learn how to play the cello, learn how to play the cello right now. You know what I mean? Learn something new. Take this time to build yourself and your business up. Why would you just be squandering your time away? I mean, that's not really fair to you or your family. Not really.
And that goes so well, with the topic at hand today. We here at Partner Driven, we made a corporate decision. You, Rafa, myself, we decided that we're into unprecedented times. The bottom line is, we don't even know when this thing's going to come to an end. We have some ideas. We have some guesses. Some people think a bit longer, but nobody really knows. Let's face it. But we decided here, right when this thing hit, that we are not going to take this thing laying down, that we are going to go out there and we're going to double down on some things. And we have some, like here at the Partner Driven world, we have some amazing internal things happening. And we want to share those with you, when the time's right, and some of you guys are part of those amazing things that are taking place. So again, we're glad you guys are here. Welcome everybody. So let's go ahead and get rolling. And the way I like to start out is the way I've always been starting out these things, is just really addressing who's listening to us tonight. There's two crowds. There's two types of people that are with us tonight. Some of y'all are partners. I mean, you guys are full-fledged partners, and you guys are doing deals with us. I mean, that's what it means to be a partner at the partner-driven level. You might be doing deals from a capacity of just, you're learning from us. Some of you guys as partners, you're getting leads from us. Some of you as partners are utilizing our funds. Some of you as partners are getting the latest and the greatest information. I talked to so many of our partners today on the phone, and just in the last 2 days, I was able to hook up with some of the top guys, both at B of A. I was able to contact people, work with some of my contacts at Wells Fargo, and some of you guys are as partners. I've been talking to you about what those big institutions are saying or what's going on. Some of you guys as partners are utilizing our construction, and some of you guys are partners are doing it all. You're getting coached by us. You're utilizing our leads. You're using our funding. You're utilizing our strategies. You're using our construction. We're closing deals and all that. So for those of you that are partners, we're so glad you guys are here. This is just another one of 20,000 ways of you being able to connect with us on a weekly basis. And again, guys, this just shows us how committed you guys are. Julie and I have been committed to this business and to each other for many, many years. And that's what the partner community is all about. Mm-hmm. It's a commitment to the business model. It's a commitment to each other. It's a commitment to the community. It's a way for us to kind of do things together. And again, for those of you that are partners, I say the same thing over and over again. When you're hearing us, it's a time to reset, recharge, recommit. get to that next level. Some of y'all that are listening here tonight, and we're so glad you guys are here also, are not yet our partners. You guys are checking us out. Some of you guys are part of our 21-day deal challenge. Some of you guys are utilizing our deal-driven app. Some of you guys are just kind of, again, just out there, just seeing what's this whole thing about? You know, what do these guys do? What is this investment company like? What does it mean to partner with us? And for those of you that are not quite our partners, full-fledged partners, again, we're so glad you guys are here. We're so glad you guys are continuously coming back and checking us out. And our mission for you all is very simple. We want you to be our partners. You know, we're not one of those kind of bait and switch organizations. We're not one of those like under the radar, like what the heck are they all about? We are very upfront. We want people that are part of our world who are not our partners to become our partners, because we are, as an investment company, are a partner-driven model, meaning very simple. How we grow and how we expand is we do deals with individuals all over the United States. It could be a brand new investor. It could be a seasoned investor. We don't care who it is. But we grow and we expand not through our own internal efforts, but we grow through and expand through our partners all over the United States. And we have partners literally all over the United States, you know, all the way from the West Coast, all the way out to California, all the way up into the northern states, Ohio, Michigan, all the way in the southern states like Texas and Florida, all the way to the East Coast like New Jersey's and that.
Hawaii and Alaska.
Oh, Hawaii and Alaska. Absolutely right. And actually, I talked to our partners in Hawaii last night. So you're absolutely right. And this is how we have decided to grow as an investment company a while back. We decided that instead of trying to figure out how to do things ourselves, why don't we just partner with people all over the United States, provide tremendous amount of value to them, make it kind of a no-brainer, kind of like, okay, well, if this is what they're going to give us, then we want to be a partner. And let's just start doing more deals. And that's what we are today. We have been doing deals with partners all over the United States for quite a bit of time at this point. We have no intention of stopping this model. We love this model. We're fully committed to this model, so much so that we want more partners. And for those of you that are ready to do deals, and guys, let me tell you something. In today's environment, there's no better time, and I've been at this thing personally 22 years. There's no better time than right now. We have a couple factors in play right now that make this an amazing, amazing time to be in the real estate business. You know, if we were doing, again, dry cleaning, if we were selling hamburgers, if we had conventional businesses, I can't say that this is the greatest time for all of them. But it just so happens we all happen to be in the business where it is truly a tremendous time to be in this business. Couple factors. Number one, there's a motivation, right? I mean, let's face it, we as investors are looking for motivated sellers, right? I don't care what you're selling, but we're looking for motivated sellers. And guess what? Motivation happens as a result of outside factors. And before, we were all looking for the conventional stuff, you know, high equity deals, you know, non-owner occupied deals, divorces, deaths, upsize, downsize. Well, guess what, guys? In the world we're in right now, and I don't want to spend too much time talking. We all know the world we're in right now, what we're surrounding with. There is a tremendous motivation for people to get rid of things, to get liquid, to get cash. And like I say, you know, selling your silverware is not going to make you a lot of cash. So people are going to those things that will give them a lot of cash, that'll give them ability to stay liquid, give them the ability to stay afloat for as much as possible. And for almost all people that have second properties or rental homes or investment properties, that's what they're liquidating, okay? So huge, huge opportunity now. And I will tell you, it's only going to get greater and greater as the time goes on. And the other thing is, the other factor that's working in our favor and kind of in a weird way is that money got tight all of a sudden. You know, we as investors, so many investors went to like hard money before, private investors. And right now, let me just tell you something, those guys are getting out. I mean, they're contracting. There's a lot of capital calls on private lenders that have raised outside capital. There's capital calls on hedge funds. So we're in this kind of this perfect storm, right? Meaning there's less competition because it's harder for our competitive investors to get money, but at the same time, there's more motivation, okay? So what does that mean? It's literally the perfect storm to be in this business. So if you're not yet our partner, you need to become our partner as quickly as possible if you want to take advantage of today's marketplace. Because as a partner, we coach, we mentor, we help you generate leads, we skip trace owners, which is invaluable. We provide you the capital to do the deals, or we show you how to strategize and how to do deals that don't even require your own capital. The bottom line is, when you're a partner of ours, you're not putting any money on any deal or risking your credit. If properties for some reason need fixing, our construction company helps there. We sell it, split the profits. If you want to learn how to become a partner, either right now or somewhere down the road here as we go on or right afterwards, just go to www.partnerdriven.com and you'll see how to become one of our partners. All right, Julie, let's hit it. Topic at hand, guys. Here's the thing. We got an exciting topic that we want to cover with you today. And this is the best way I want to introduce this to you. And you guys have heard me talk about this if you've been listening to me here for the last couple of weeks. As this pandemic has hit, we as investors had to make some changes. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we just literally on the dot. I mean, this was not like planned. We had time, like, let's plan this thing out for a couple weeks because here's what's going to happen. Let's plan this thing out for a couple months. No, this is like literally in a dime. We had to make some changes. But having said that, there are some things in the real estate business that were working fabulously before the virus hit. And they were working so well that we didn't want to stop doing them. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. We were getting a tremendous, not just we at the partner-driven level and our partners, but everyone across the United States. One of the key factors, one of the key components, one of the key marketing strategies that investors were utilizing was this, what we call driving for dollars. And driving for dollars is it's literally just like going into your areas, going into your neighborhoods, going into the hot pockets where you live, identifying potential properties that are, fit this criteria and going after those. Okay. And driving for dollars was generating just ungodly amount of deals across the United States. Okay. So remember, there were some things that we had to like pivot and change, but there were some things that were working so well that we were like, or at least I was like, well, gosh, this is like working so well. We can't stop driving for dollars because it is a strategy that is working in today's marketplace. And actually this strategy in the world that we're in the environment that we're in is now able to produce even more motivated sellers, is even able to produce more potential deals, is even able to produce more properties that have higher equities, right? So driving for dollars. So here it is. We're faced with this whole thing, a strategy that absolutely works, environment where they're saying stay at home, don't leave your house, which is, we get it. We understand. We're part of that. We're doing the exact same thing. We're hanging out at homes, right? But here's the thing. The key to some things when it comes to like these things like the pandemic that hit and all this is not necessarily you want to stop doing something that works. You want to figure out how to continue doing something that works in the environment you're in, right? Sometimes this is why I think so many people in this right now are flustered. They're flustered for no other reason than like, oh, wow, this is happening. All these events are going on. I don't know where it's going to end. So let me just shut it down, right? Let me just wait for it to be over. Guys, I think that's a wrong move, especially as it relates to the real estate business for a couple of reasons. One, none of us know it's going to be over. We really don't. I mean, I'm hoping it'd be over in the next couple of months. There's some people that'll say it'll take the next 6 to 8 months. So I don't think just waiting this thing out is a smart thing, because what happens when you wait something out, let's face it, almost all of us are waiting something out and not able to continue doing what we're doing. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of businesses had to be shut down. But B, waiting something out also potentially can create something. You could lose an opportunity. Okay. And so we don't think waiting something out is a smart thing here. So we were trying to figure out here at Partner Driven, how do we utilize things and techniques and strategies that were working before? How do we utilize them in the environment that we're in? Well, guys, and again, I wrote an email about this about a week or 2 weeks ago. And I said that our Deal Driven app was almost like it was delivered from us from above. Our Deal Driven app was like, and I literally called this email, I wrote the coronavirus app, because, you hate to name, the thing that you're doing with something so tragic that is going on out there. But I could tell you the Deal Driven app is literally designed for today's markets, for today's environment, for today's motivation level, for today's stay-at-home quarantine. This is the app that has literally like just been plucked out of thin air, came into our world, and now so many of our partners, we here at the Partner Driven level corporately, are utilizing it. But let's go back to the topic at hand, driving for dollars, guys. I'm telling you right now, driving for dollars is the way to find real estate deals in today's marketplace. It works. It's a strategy that's designed for today's time and environment, aside from the virus. It is an absolutely top of the line way to find deals. And here's the thing. Through our Deal Driven app, you now have the ability to literally drive for dollars virtually. So think about this. The top strategy for finding deals in the United States, as far as we're concerned, is driving for dollars. We have an app that allows you to literally sit at home, utilize your phone, and drive for dollars virtually and get the exact same effect as if you're driving your car out in the street, and get the exact same information, get the exact same knowledge that you need to get the exact same behind the scenes info that you need, and literally do it from home. So guys, as we started not thinking this, but strategizing through this, and we were coming up for the topic for tonight, and I think Julie's the one who brought this up. It's like, this is a no-brainer, guys. This is what we got to tell people. You don't have to stop using the top technique that works. You don't have to pull back on this. You don't have to say, okay, well, I can't wait till it's over so I could start utilizing again. Because there's some things in real estate that you have to really literally pull back now and wait till it's over. Not driving for dollars. Okay? The top technique for finding deals still works. It's still relevant. It still could be done. And it could be done easier than before. Guys, this is really the crazy thing. It could be done easier than before. Like before, you literally had to get in your car and do it. Now you just got to boot up your phone and you could drive for dollars. Now I'm going to flip this over to Julie. I want her to demo how to drive for dollars. But guys, driving for dollars is absolutely critical. There's two ways to get it. And Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know Rafa was going over these links with me. I'll make sure I'm not confused. For those of you that are just ready to do driving for dollars, you feel like you know how to utilize the app yourself, you feel like you're fairly knowledgeable at following instructions, all you have to do is go to dealdriven.com and get, how many day trial, Julie? 14?
It's a 7 day.
And get a 7-day free trial of our Deal Driven app. So all you got to do is go to dealdriven.com. And there you'll get a 7-day free trial of how to utilize our Deal Driven app. If you love it, and everybody loves it, it's just a simple $49 a month fee going forward. You're not locked into a contract. You could stop anytime, but dealdriven.com. For those of you that want a little bit more, meaning like access to Julie and I on a weekly basis of how to use Deal Driven app. If you want contracts that also come with it, if you want to see how we negotiate deals, if you want to have a more robust way of utilizing it, and actually get a longer free trial, you go to, Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, www.21daydealchallenge. And there, just for $1, you get access to it, and you can utilize this Deal Driven app for a 30-day free trial. Okay, so not to confuse anyone. Dealdriven.com, 7-day free trial, 21-day deal challenge, more robust. It's access to Julie and I on a weekly basis, showing you how to utilizing it in a live environment. And it's fantastic. You get our contracts, you get our script there. Those that are, you kind of want to take it to the next level, you go to www.21daydealchallenge.com, and just for $1, you could test drive our app for 30 days, plus get a ton more stuff. All right, let's get on to it. Virtual driving for dollars, must have, got to do it. Julie, how do people utilize our app and do virtual driving for dollars?
Okay, so guys, I'm excited to share this with you tonight. So first, I want to go over driving for dollars a little bit with you guys so everybody understands the concept, okay? So traditionally, when you're driving for dollars, you're literally like in your car, right? And by the way, you can still do that in your car right now and virtually. But essentially, you're driving around and you're looking in like maybe your blue collar working class areas, okay? You know, areas where maybe a lot of investors are buying properties, or where it's a good place to flip, or whether it's a good place to buy and hold. You're driving around these areas and you're looking for properties that may be in a distressed situation, okay? Why is that? The reason for that is because a lot of times when you're marketing, looking for motivated sellers, you're pulling list, right? Like maybe non-owner occupied properties, high equity, vacants, pre-foreclosures, the whole gamut, right? The thing is a lot of times you're not going to find all of the distressed sellers by pulling list. Not to mention everybody else is pulling lists too, which by the way, I do recommend, and I'll show you that on another webinar. Or by the way, if you join our 21-day deal challenge, or if you're a partner, I'll let you know exactly what list you should be pulling to have the best leads. But let's get back to driving for dollars, okay? Now listen, I want y'all to play along. So go ahead and get your get your fingers ready to type, because I want to hear your answers, okay? So when you're out driving around and you're looking for these blue collar working class areas, by the way, I'm not looking for anything that is already for sale. I'm looking for physical attributes about the property that leads me to believe they're in a distressed situation. Well, y'all tell me, what things might you see in a property that leads you to believe they're in a distressed situation? Go ahead and put it in the chat right now. Let's play along. No answer's a bad answer. Nick, sheets in the windows. Way to go. Valerie, boarded up windows. Dirty, disrepair, old cars in the yard. The roof needs repair. Overgrown landscape. Yes, y'all are awesome. Awesome. Trash everywhere. You know, like, have you ever like seen a house in like a regular neighborhood and you see this one house and you're like, man, I bet everybody wants them to move. I know you have, right? That's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for anything about the property that leads you to believe that they may be in a distressed situation. So generally with driving for dollars, what you would do is you would locate the property. You're going to take a notebook. You're going to write down the address, right? Then you're going to come back home. You're going to go to the tax records. You're going to figure out who owns the property, okay? Once you've figured out who owns the property, then you're going to go to a skip tracing service. A skip tracing service is going to help you locate their phone numbers. By the way, skip tracing came from the bail bonds industry. It's called like skipping bail. So they would skip trace, right, people to find their personal information, such as their cell phone number. So you would do all of that just to have that, just to get this one bit of information, okay? Just so you could cold call that seller or possibly send them a letter in the mail. Is everybody with me so far? Give me a thumbs up, a yes. Okay, great, great. Now, imagine now, I'm going to show you two features. Here's another thing that's amazing. Everything I just told you, by the way, if you have the app downloaded on your phone, if you are out driving around, you can literally point your phone at the property. Okay? Add it to your list. Guess what's going to be there? It's going to aggregate from the tax records. You're going to get all of the seller's information, right? You're going to get its valuation. You're going to be able to pull comps, which I'm going to show y'all here pretty soon. You're going to, yes, Valerie, just by pointing at the house. You're going to be able to skip trace with one click of a button to get their phone number. And in some cases, their email and social media profiles, right? Which is friggin' amazing. Do you know how much time it used to take me to do driving for dollars? Like, if in a week I got 50 addresses, I thought I was really doing something. And I really was, because it was a lot of work. Now, you're probably sitting back going, Julie, why are you telling me about driving around in my car? It's to get you to this place that I'm about to tell you about, right? Could you imagine doing all of this from home? No. Would you guys like me to show you how to do driving for dollars just like if you were in your car? From the comforts of your own office, heck, your back porch, your bedroom, who knows, wherever you're doing your computer work at, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a random city, okay? I've already, just to show you guys, this can be done anywhere. Let me think of a city. How about Jacksonville, Florida? I live in northern Georgia. I'm going to go into my deal-driven account, okay? Is everybody seeing my screen here? Okay, good, good. Okay, so basically here I'm on the home page. Mine is kind of full because I pull lists a lot. I use this deal-driven app, right, for my own personal investing business. Peter and I still do deals on our own, along with partners. Oh, by the way, I'm closing a deal, woo, woo, on Thursday that I got doing this on Deal Driven. I kid y'all not. It was right down here in town, a property that I found doing this. Literally, I can't believe I didn't share that with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all properties here, okay? Once I'm in all properties, I'm going to go to the driving search, okay? Everybody's still with me. Good, good. Trying to check check the chat as we go along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my city in here. You can enter a city. You can enter a street name, anything you want, okay? I'm going to show you how I can do driving for dollars anywhere in the U.S. and with the comfort of my own home. So Jacksonville, Florida. So what this has done is that's taken me to the city center of Jacksonville, Florida, okay? Now, if you look here on the left, there's a legend. Pre-foreclosures, vacants, mail delivery change, which means there's been a recent mail change on that property. So someone's changed addresses at that house. Non-owner occupied, auctions, cash buyers, and MLS, okay? So you're like, okay, got it, Julie. We know what the legend is. Okay, so let's move around. I want to show you right now how I determine what is a good area to drive for dollars in. And by the way, do this in your city, okay? You're going to be amazed at the stuff you find. But I'm looking for an area, I don't know how else to say it, but with a bunch of dots. You got me? Because remember the legend that I was telling you about? All of these dots represent things. If there's a lot of non-owner occupied properties, if there's a lot of mail change, if there's a lot of vacant houses in one area, what does that tell you guys? What does that tell you? When you see a lot of different things, right, in one area, such as vacants, non-owner occ, cash buyers, the green dots are cash buyers. What that tells me is that is an area of opportunity. Yes, Lucretia, it's an area where a lot of investors are already purchasing properties, okay? So how about we go visit this area? I'm going to scroll in a little bit here, and I'm going to take a trip down this road. I'm just going to randomly pick Harrison Street, okay? I am going to Pick that and go virtual. Okay. Now that I'm on Harrison Street, I'm going to turn myself around a little bit here. Do you guys remember the things that I was telling you to look for? Whenever you see a property, what you should be looking for, whether or not it's good for you to add to your list or not? Let's turn this way. Let's do some driving down the street, okay? Now you see that one looks really good. That one's been remodeled. This is a little bit of a blue collar area, so we're not looking for crazy stuff here. Okay, now personally, oops, I already see one. Do you guys see this one right here? And Valerie, yes, this is in real time. So I can look at this house right here and tell you it's outdated. Do you see the windows here? These are old windows. Yes, this is not a terrible area. There's some things going on here, but this would be something I would add to my list if I was driving for dollars, okay? This definitely could be beautified. I already know by being and seeing all the little dots, there's probably a lot of rental houses in this area. So if I'm wholesaling, what kind of properties do I want to get under contract? Something for investors that buy and hold, or something to fix and flip, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at this house. I'm going to identify this property. Y'all, look at this. You see that? That is the information about this property. So what I want to do is I want to add this. Oh, heck, I've already looked at Jacksonville. I want to add this. Let's create a new list tonight. Let's call it Driving for Dollars Jacks. Okay. I can, from this screen, look at the details of this property. I'm going to get into that in just a minute, and I'll show you in the list. Sorry, I got too excited about showing you guys. But you can look at the details of the property right then and there, okay? Now, do you see here? I know where I left off because on this blue dot, there's a checky mark, right? Or there's a line through it. So I know that one's been added to my list. But now I want to go back and drive again. So I'm going to go back to that same area. Turn back around and drive around. Man, look at this. That means it's new construction there. So this is an up and coming area. Otherwise, you wouldn't have houses that are, being fixed up and houses that brand new ones being built. I'm going to turn around so I can drive this way. Oh, I like this one that's back here behind this woods here. I'm going to go ahead, take that one. I'm going to add that to my Driving for Dollars Jacks list. Okay. Now I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to get caught up there. I'm just going to add as many properties as possible. Does anybody see anything particular about this home right here? Do y'all see that in the window? Those are notices of some sort. I can't tell what those notices are, but it's worthy of me to, and yes, Glenn, it's empty. This is a perfect one to drive for dollars with. I'm going to identify it, add it to my Driving for Dollars Jacksonville. Okay. Now I'm going to keep driving down the street. I think I'm going to go ahead and cross the street and keep going over here. Well, it's still Harrison Street. And by the way, I only went up one side of the street, so you may want to go up and down both sides if you're really going for this. Ooh, here's the best one so far. Do y'all see this beauty? Look at this one. This is perfect. All right, I'm going to identify this one. Okay, so let me keep going. see if I can find some more. You're looking for a lot. This is a lot right here, right? So you can find the owner's information on a lot, Glenn. I know you had that question, right? And if it is negative equity, that is not a good sign. I was more so looking at the way that the house looked. And because it needed work, it was perfect for me, okay? This is another one that has 84% equity, okay? And this property needs work. It needs a lot of different things here. The landscape's growed up. I'm going to go ahead and identify this property like I just did. And I'm going to add this to my list. Okay. Bam. Now, if you can all pretend with me here for a little bit, what we're going to go do is we're going to go look at our list. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my home screen and I'm going to go ahead and just look at the properties that I added. Here are the properties that I added, right, to my list doing Driving for Dollars. Check this out. This one LLC, by the way, looks like they're buying up a lot of properties on the street called Opportunity Zone America, right? Now, let's look at some individual things about these particular properties. This is an estate. I suppose Miss Susie Mae Fields passed away, so it's her estate. Let's go ahead and look at Gary, this particular one here on Harris Street. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the things you can see just inside of Deal Driven, okay? What we've got here is the evaluation of the property. Okay, this is saying, and this comes from the National Title Service, that the evaluation of this property is $32,000, right? You have the beds, you have the baths, the year built, you know, all the different things about this property. But let me show you something neat and cool. By the way, here's the owner's information, okay? And he lives in Palaca, Florida, Palaca. I think it's still called Palaca. So he owns a property he does not live in. Well, now I want to pull up comparables in this area. I guess there's no recent sales in the last 6 months for this particular street. But the next thing I want to do is I want to know more about the owner. Okay. So from this tab, I can send them a piece of direct mail, right? Also, I could skip trace them. I can skip trace if you are a partner, you receive the phone numbers at no additional charge. If you choose to do an instant, that is going to get you their information along with their phone numbers. Let's see if we have information for this one. Heck yeah, we do. We've got 2 phone numbers. Email addresses associated with this gentleman. So what do you think I'm going to do now after I've done Driving for Dollars, right? I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call the seller. And by the way, in either the 21-day deal challenge, and especially if you're a partner, I'll show you how to use this information, right? And make money. Basically show you how to get the properties under contract, what to say, how to say it, what contracts to use. How do you dispose of these properties once you're done? Because maybe you want to wholesale it. Maybe you want to hold it on your own. But look, all of this information can be done like literally sitting from home. I now just became a property locator, right? A marketer, like a VA, and a sales, like everything all by myself. What used to take me hundreds of dollars, now for $49 a month, I could do all of this. Is that not incredible, guys? I mean, I could go on and on and on. We're locked for time here, but here's a few direct mail pieces that we've put together with your information on there. So I could send a direct mail piece straight from there. Yes, I do want to say the changes. I do want to show you where I've comped a few properties, okay? because that one for some reason didn't show up. Okay, so I'm going to go this last one I looked at. Man, Peter, what do you think about this? Isn't this amazing? And we have new features every day.
Yeah, I mean, here's the bottom line. I mean, this is really what tonight's all about. There's a technique and strategy that works better than anything right now across the United States in terms of finding deals. The technique is called driving for dollars. And literally what the deal-driven app allows you to do is do driving for dollars, okay? I mean, so if you want to utilize the absolute best way to find deals, the absolute best way to find motivated sellers, the absolute best way to find the biggest equity spreads, you got to do driving for dollars. You got to do it in such a way that not only are you able to utilize it and do it, but you have to have some background information on the sellers. So it's not just identifying the right properties, but it's also identifying behind the scenes information, like who owns the property, what's their contact information, what's their social media, you know, how do you get a hold of them? You know, do you do direct mail? Do you, you know, skip trace them? Our deal-driven app allows you to do all that. So real estate is not an easy business, is what I always tell people. You know, and for those of you that have been doing this for a while, you already know it's not an easy business. And for those of you that are just getting started, you're realizing it's not an easy business. So what you want to do is you want to utilize every single shortcut that's possible, okay? And the biggest shortcut in real estate is the acquisition shortcut, meaning if you look for deals in such a way that it doesn't work, it's painstaking, you're doing it the wrong way, the strategy is not viable in today's marketplace, all you're going to do is create more stress on yourself. You're going to get to the point where you're really going to be almost disappointed in this business. So the very first thing you got to do in real estate is be able to identify a real legitimate deal as quickly as possible. And to do that, you got to do the marketing technique and strategy that is the most relevant to today's marketplace. That is, without a shadow of a doubt, the ability to drive for dollars and then contact owners. And what Julie's been showing you here is that through the deal-driven app, you have the ability to do driving for dollars virtually, and you have multiple ways, you know, skip tracing, direct mail, calling, social media. You have multiple ways of getting a hold of that owner. The combination of the best technique and strategy with the ability to get a hold of the owner, that's the ultimate combination to finding the great deals right now.
We have just a few more minutes. I don't know, because I want everybody to go get deals right now. Like you just, I know whenever you hear us talk about there being an opportunity right now, part of you are almost thinking, well, maybe they're just saying that, right? I'm not just saying that. I'm showing you these things because I want you to do what we're all doing and our partners are doing. Would you like me to show you how to pull list? Because our app also pulls list in your areas. Do you all want me to give y'all a hint on how to pull the hottest list in your area? Absolutely. This is nowhere. I'll show you what I'm doing now to get my leads. So what I need you to do is I need somebody to give me a zip code. Anybody give me a zip code? Okay. 32955. 30126. Hey, Peter, you don't mind, do you?
No, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so what I want to do is, see, before we were in driving search, right? What I want to do is I want to show y'all how to do what I call list stacking. The reason I'm list stacking is you can pull all of the different types of sources that you want, but I'm looking for the most qualified leads that I can find through pulling a list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the city, 32955. I guess it's Rockledge, Florida. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to start stacking my list and building filters. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a radius of 20 miles from the city center of Rockledge. What happens is you may get Rockledge or you may get a city right next to it. I'm also going to be looking at only properties that have a minimum equity of 40%. Okay. Equity is the difference between what you owe in the mortgage and what the home is worth. Okay. So we want them to have at least 40% equity. Now, a max evaluation, what that is I only want it to pull when properties are only worth so much money. Okay. I don't really want to deal in wholesaling, or even in my business. You may not be the same way. I like regular blue collar working class areas, middle income family homes. So I'm going to say max evaluation of $300,000. Okay. Sold before a certain year. Okay. Let's just say February 7th of 2017. I don't want something that was just bought like last week. Okay. You could put minimum bedrooms and baths. If I were showing you how to pull pre-foreclosures, which by the way, you can pull pre-foreclosures and filter by auction dates. I'm going to pick single family homes. This is list stacking. Now, I want all the vacant houses, okay, that has a recent mail change in the last 90 days that are non-owner occupied. Peter, wouldn't you say this is a really filtered list?
It's the best.
Now we're going to press search here. No results. So that means that we've filtered down too far. Maybe it's a smaller town. Not really sure, right? So maybe I want to take out mail delivery change and see where all of the vacant non-owner occupied properties are. Okay. So if you see here, all that means is there's just not a recent mail change filter in these particular ones. But if I were you, I would start working these leads right here. These 46. I would add them to my Rockledge, Florida list. I would skip trace them. I would call them and I'd send them letters. So this is how you list stack. You have all of these different features in here that you can look through. Maybe you only wanted to look at vacant properties, right? Maybe you wanted to just know all the vacants. Well, you don't care if they're non-owner occupied or not. There's 82. Maybe you just want all the non-owner occupied properties. There's 722 of those that have at least 40% equity that are not worth more than $300,000 that were purchased before February 7th, 2017. Well, guys, and I say back in the day, I literally mean 3 years ago, I used to go to this service called CoreLogic. And at CoreLogic, I would have to purchase leads. Guess how much these leads were? I would pull these non-owner occupied leads. I would pay 8 to 12 cents a piece for these. 8 to 12 cents. Could you imagine how quickly that piles up on each other? It was amazing the amount of money we spent on leads. The reason we put this app together was to make pulling leads and getting this information accessible to everybody and not charging thousands of dollars a month, so that everybody can go out there and do this. So what are you waiting for? Now that you've seen something that could make your life easier, something that, can put you on your path to success, isn't that worth it? If you would like to get access to Deal Driven, all you got to do is visit www.dealdriven.com. Okay. If you just, you want a little bit of help, but maybe you're not sure about being a partner yet, but yet you would love a university where there's online training, where you also get 30 days access to Deal Driven. And after the first month, it's only $99. And by the way, there is a once a week group coaching call. All you got to do is visit www.21dealchallenge.com and sign up for that. If you're ready to hit the ground running and really put everything you have in this business and you know you may need funding. You may need one-on-one coaching calls. You may need our daily training calls. By the way, you get access to all of this for like no additional charge, because our first priority is that our partners have everything we have to offer. Okay? If you're interested in that and you're serious tonight, all you've got to do is go ahead and schedule a call with one of our individuals, and they'll explain everything to you about how to work with us. To schedule a call, all you got to do is go to call Peter now. I forget all these links, guys. All I remember is my list. Let's see here. Rafa's actually going to put it in the chat.
I think it's callpartnerdriven.com.
No, callpartnerdriven.com to schedule a call. Because I don't want to go to a website. If I wanted to do this, I'd want to call and talk to somebody. But that's really all I have. I'm super excited to show you guys everything tonight. Sorry, I had my links wrong.
No, listen, Julie, that's awesome. I appreciate it. And look, guys, this is very simple. If you want to find deals in today's marketplace, you got to do Driving for Dollars. Our revolutionary app, Deal Driven, allows you to do Driving for Dollars. Simple as that. If you're ready to get started with simply Driving for Dollars, plus all the other unbelievable features that Deal Driven has, like searching certain equity, doing direct mail, just go to dealdriven.com, and there you get a 14-day free trial to utilize it. If you need a step above that, where you have the ability to connect with Julie and I on a weekly basis, where you're able to get contracts, how to put properties under contract, where you have the ability to get scripts from us, go to 21daydealchallenge.com, and just for $1 there, you have 30-day trial of pretty much everything I just mentioned, plus a bunch more. But some of you guys are ready to start doing deals now. You're no nonsense. You're not a whiner. You're not a complainer. You're not a well this or that. It's just you're ready to get going. And for those of you that are ready to get going, you need to just go to www.partnerdriven.com or call partnerdriven.com. There, a team member will get a hold of you. We'll explain a bit more what it means to be one of our partners, and then, literally within the next day or two, we could be on our way to doing deals. Guys, listen, this is as far as real estate investing, this is an exciting time to be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can tell you that we are seeing more opportunities than we've ever had. We're doing more deals than we've done with our partners in a long, long time. And we've done a lot of deals with our partners, and we're doing even more now. So this is the time, this is the place. You could either be on kind of on a sidelines watching it happen, or you could be on the field making it happen. And for those of you that are on the field making it happen, make a decision, figure out which direction you want to go with. And we look forward to working with you. We appreciate you guys being here. We're looking forward to seeing you guys again at the exact same time, at the exact same place. Next week, we'll have some more amazing information for you. So from my end, signing off. Anything else from your end, Julie?
No, I just hope everybody has an awesome Tuesday. Stay safe out there. If you have the money to support your local businesses, support your local businesses. That's what's going to get us where we need to be. And have a beautiful evening.
Thanks, guys. Bye.